All right, let's see if this is going to work. Okay. All right, I think we're still live, so we're gonna go with this. All right, so today we got a subto deal. Maybe it's not streaming to Instagram. That's okay though. We have a subto deal 3046 Holleen Court, Lancaster, California 93535. 3 bed, 3 bath, 1756 square feet. ARV of 475, 500. Outstanding loan balance of 338,913. Did they really not put in the entry fee? Ugh, that doesn't make any sense. All right. So because when they have this little amount of information, let's focus on how we can potentially rule out the deal first, if we can. Okay, so this property is in Lancaster. So the first thing I'm going to do is, let's see, this is in a good area, bad area. Let's see. What's a crime score for neighborhood? This is on tophap.com, tophap.com. Crime score is 108, so that's not bad. All right. It passes my first check at least. Now, for this property, let's see what county this is in. This is in LA County. All right. Let's go ahead and see when I can find this. Small FMR, look up FY 2024 FMR, California, Los Angeles County, and this zip code is 93535. 93535. The rent ceiling for a 3-bed, including utilities, $2,600. All right. Now, let me see if I can find the market rent on affordablehousing.com. Go to the owner section, market rent estimate, plug in the address, and what do you know? $2,600 exactly. Okay. So at $2,600 exactly, let's see, 2600. What do they estimate the insurance? Do they have an insurance estimate here? Let's see. Property taxes 48. That's going to be 54. You were using me, I was using you. They don't have the insurance estimate. So I'm going to assume at least right now for a home like this, $300 a month. So if the PI is $1,645, let's say the insurance is $300, and then in taxes, what they're saying is $54.24 calculator. 5424 divided by 12, that's in $452, 452. So if you add up 1645 plus 300 plus 452, you are looking at $2,400. Okay, $2,400 in PITI. Now, if you have, let me zoom in on this just so you guys can see this really quick. Because they didn't give me an entry fee, I'm not even going to put this through the calculator. Usually, we always look for one, how do we quickly rule out a deal? And then two, running through the numbers to see how much you're actually going to lose. But let me just do it really quick, right? Because maybe this is a good exercise for us to understand, hey, we always talk about how do we rule out a deal? Well, in this scenario, we're going to rule out this deal based on just simply looking at what the rent is compared to the PITI. Now, every time, I always estimate at least 10% for CapEx. And this is in other lives that we've done for the spreadsheet. So you can always just DM me on Instagram at InvestorKenHe for the spreadsheet if you guys want to look at it. Today, we're just going to do a very rough back of the neck of math so you guys actually see a live example of us rolling out a deal really quickly, really fast. 10% CapEx, that's going to be minus 260. Let's say you got 10% property management. That's minus 260. And I always have at least a 5%, 3 to 5% vacancy. So vacancy. So that's going to equals negative 130. Okay. Now, if you do 2,600 minus 260 for the maintenance, minus 260 for the property management, minus 130 for vacancy. That's 1950. You subtract that by 2400, the PITI that we just estimated, you're at negative 450. So the chances of you cash flowing using this property as a Section 8 property, having determined what our rent ceiling was, which we saw was $2,600 based on this zip code, based on this bedroom count, that shows me that that is the rent ceiling is pretty much the same as the market rate, what I've seen for the average rent for 25 units within a 1.58 mile radius. So I have confidence in the rent, the gross rent. Then I subtract my expenses, and I got my PIT that I just calculated from up here, taxes. And that's how I quickly realized that this is a losing cash flow deal. So that's how I quickly rule out that this is not worth my time. You can see that this person, when they posted, they didn't give me the entry fee. They didn't tell me exactly how much you need to spend. They were very vague on just saying, hey, this needs cosmetic updates. I didn't see any photos in the post. So right here, I see 4 photos on Zillow, and that's the best I got. And to me, that's not really acceptable, nor is it enough for me to underwrite properly. But regardless, if you understand the principle, what we're looking for, and you've seen how all the numbers flow out in the past couple of days, but putting in just the PITI that we calculated, and you compare it to some of the rents that we know we have to take out, and we have to take out some expenses because this money does not belong to us, right? You know something is going to break every single month. So based off of that, you know it's going to be a losing deal, and that's how we can quickly run this deal. So hopefully that was pretty straightforward. I know we didn't run through all the numbers exactly, but hey, it's one of those deals that sometimes you don't have the perfect amount of information. And when you don't have the perfect amount of information, you have to quickly make a decision to decide whether or not it's worth your time to investigate more to see whether or not something is a deal. And if you don't have a process to quickly rule out a deal like we just did here, we did that in less than 3 minutes, to be honest with you. If you don't count how much time I was spending just troubleshooting audio, in 3 minutes, you can decide whether or not you want to spend more time on it, which includes, do you want to send a realtor out there? Do you want to send a handyman out there? Do you want to send a contractor out there to get you a bid for the deal? You have to make these decisions. And just remember, every single time you send someone out there and you don't do anything with it, you should absolutely pay them for their time, unless you are for certain that you are going to buy the property. Because you only have so much goodwill in this world. And I would highly advise not to burn it on properties that you are not even serious about. And so this is just one of those deals that I quickly looked at and I said, hey, this is not even close. So I run the deal and I quickly move on. And that's how you avoid burnout, right? That's it. Burnout comes from doing a ton of work without any results, without anything to show for. And sometimes that could be so debilitating. That could be so discouraging. And that's why when you come up with the process, after you've done this for so many times, you will be able to rule out a ton of these deals. So I really hope that you're able to copy my homework today and show people how you can quickly roll out deals. And now all of a sudden, when you get to that level of speed of decision making, people are going to assume that you are more confident, and that confidence comes from your track record of doing the analysis. So if you go ahead and just copy my homework, analyze the same property using the same process today, explain it better than I did, obviously, pick one thing to explain better, and put it on your own YouTube channel. And boom. After 365 days, you're going to be better at analyzing deals than 95% of the world. And you're going to have a track record so that you can tell yourself that you know what you're doing when the time comes for you to pull a trigger. If a partner ever asks you, hey, why do you think this is a deal? You can point them to your own YouTube channel at that point in time. And if you're really shy, you can make all your videos unlisted. And they won't show up unless you actually give the link to somebody. So you have a choice, even if you are truly shy and you're worried. But just remember, no one's really going to watch your first 1, 5, or even 10 videos. I remember my first month when we started the Affordable Housing Podcast, we had 17 views. I'm pretty sure it was just my mom and my wife. So don't worry so much about being perfect. What's more important is that you get the work started. And today I'm hoping we can make it even easier just by allowing you to copy my homework. So again, this is not investment advice. I'm not soliciting any investments. I'm just going live. I'm just doing the work every single day. And I'm just go live at the same time. So I appreciate all you for tuning in, and it's late on a Wednesday. So thank you for the time. I'm really glad we're able to stay consistent together. We're able to go live together. We're able to get better together. So thank you so much for caring about affordable housing. A lot of people like you guys, I would have never had the home I grew up in. So thank you so much for what you do. And thank you so much for caring about affordable housing. You have an amazing day. I hope you guys spend some quality time with your family and friends today, and have a good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow for day 222. Let's keep this going, guys.